And we're back to learning Gimp, and this time I'm going to show you how to create a wedding photo collage. You can obviously use that for any theme. I've just downloaded 5 wedding related photos. We'll use them later on. I've got a white background, let me make that black. Now create a new layer, it's transparent. I'm on this and I'm going to create a white frame on it. I'm going to use the rectangle select tool for it, but to know the size, just go to Image, Canvas Size, and then divide width and height by 2, and write down these numbers, or just memorize them, 960 times 540. Now just left click drag and adjust the position to 0, 0 and the size to 960 times 540. So these are the numbers for my canvas size. If you use a different canvas size, just type these numbers in here. Our position should be 0, 0 for you too. Then go to Edit, Stroke Selection. We use Stroke Line Solid Color, which is white, and I make the line width 10. If I zoom in, you can see that this stroke is going to be placed at the center of the selection. So it's going to be thicker inside of the image than on the outside. I'm fine with this. If you don't want to have that, you have to use some basic math. So let me show you how. Once again, 0, 0, 960 times 540. Oh, I misclicked here. Let me adjust it, 960. So if you want to have your stroke, it was 10 pixels. You have to divide it by 2 and adjust position. So in my case, 5, 5. So half of the stroke. And now you would have the entire stroke on every corner of this frame. So if you want to have that, I'll stick to 0, 0 position so that the stroke of my frame is a little bit thinner on the outside. And now I have to adjust the position to 540 right here so that I have the bottom left. Again, Edit, Stroke Selection, and I simply confirm. Go to Select None or Shift Ctrl A to select none. Just copy this layer, drag it to the right hand side holding Ctrl until it snaps, then merge these 2 frame layers, and afterwards you'll have to go to Layer and crop to content. So our frame is right here, got a black background behind it, and now we can move on to our circle for the center. I'll create a new layer. Once again, it's important that it is transparent. Use the ellipse select tool, left click drag, and now let's adjust the position. We know that 960 times 540 is the center. Let me just use 500 as a size. But now we have the problem that this finds the top left corner of our selection, so we have to use some basic math again. All that we have to do for the position is to subtract half of our size. So in my case, 500 divided by 2 is 250. So I need 960 minus 250 and 540 minus 250. And now we are in center. And again, Edit, Stroke Selection, and just confirm. Select None. Our frame is ready. Now let's take care of the photos. I want number 1 to be for the circle, so let me start with 2. I use the Scale tool. You can find it here, by the way, or press Shift S, and then just left click drag until it has the size of one of your squares. You can confirm it by clicking on Scale. Move this layer below your square frame right here. I'll reposition that slightly. And that's alright, but the top part needs to get fixed. We can just use the rectangle tool. Make sure that you drag on top of your frame. We are on our image layer right here, so the 2, I just press the delete key and now this part is gone. And now I'll repeat this for the other 3 images. So once again, Shift S for the scale tool. Size it down until you've got the size of one of your squares. You may want to reposition that. And there might be overlaps. Just use the rectangle select. Make sure that you position it on top of your frame. and then delete this part of your image. Photo number 5 is a little bit bigger, so I would use a different approach here. I only want to have a small cutout of it, something like this. So now I'm going to use the rectangle select to select my square right here. So this is what I want to keep. And now I go to select and invert, and now I press the delete key on this photo layer 5, and this does the job. Again, always press Shift-Ctrl-A to deselect and then move on to the next one. So now we've got the rings that I want to have in center where the circle frame is. The starting point is the same. Scale it, position it if you have to. And then move it below the circle frame layer, but it's on top of my square frame layer. And let me scale that a little bit up again. So Shift S and I hold Control when I do. I confirm. And now we'll use the ellipse select. Just left click drag, and then left click drag on each corners until you've got your circle frame covered. So this is what we want to keep. Therefore we need to go to select and invert. We are on our layer 1. Just press the delete key, then Shift-Ctrl-A. And that's it. This is how you can create such a wedding photo collage in Gimp. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.